All right, I'm bringing them in, y'all.
Oh yeah, I was going to do that.
It just seemed like a delay, so. All right, Martine.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Peace and blessing, family. Good morning.
Good
Bless
morning,
you.
Teresa.
Good morning,
Morning,
Jim.
team.
Morning.
Good morning, I'm a team. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate
Good
you.
morning. Thank you guys for coming. Keep coming in. Invite your single friends. I invite especially seasoned married people into this space because God knows I am not an expert on this. We're doing experiments. Magdala Farah, my cousin. Oh, we got Canada in the house.
Hi,
Hello,
everyone.
beautiful. Thank you for joining.
No problem.
Oh, I feel all warm and fuzzy now. So as I was saying, even seasoned married folk, because we need some advice. It's hard out here in these streets. I know my cousin. I can't get her to come to nothing. She said, I'm coming to this. I'm just kidding. She said, get it out of me. He said, what is she coming to?
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning, we're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together.
Love and light, Woo family. How's everybody doing this morning? So excited to be here with you again. Welcome to the Woo session entitled The 7 Pillars of Purposeful Online Dating. A hypothesis is really like an experiment. I just like the word hypothesis. It sounds all fancy and stuff. My name is Martine Malivers, the change maker. I identify toxic cultural norms and try to change them with healthy new norms. Okay. I'd like to start off with a question just to get a feel of who's in the space. I want to know how many single people we have here. So in the chat, I want you to type whether or not you're single, but let's be specific because I want to definitely highlight single parents. So if you're a single parent, I want you to type, I'm a single mom or I'm a single dad. And if you are just single with no kids, just type, I'm single. Let me know who is in the space. Okay. I have a question, another question. I need someone who is single and actively looking. That means you are out here in these streets. You're dating, you're either online dating, trying to pick up somebody in the bar. I need you, one person to come off mute and tell me why they think they're single. Just come off. I need a brave soul. Are you single by choice? Are you single because you're difficult? Let me know.
Hey,
Okay.
Martine.
Mhm.
I don't see any hands raised. I
Help
don't
me
see
out.
any brace, but I will tell you that my experience as a single mom and dating, this is 9 years ago, but 8 years ago, was very traumatic to both myself and my children. My children were not ready to see me with someone else besides their father. I had walls up because of the toxicity that was in that relationship. So I came in with baggage. I came in with children who were untrusting. It was a challenge to be a single parent and dating. And his children, they weren't necessarily all gung ho either. And let's not forget, once you're a parent, you got to add in the factors of co-parents and baby mamas and baby daddies and all that other stuff. So yeah, it was a little bit of a shitstorm in the beginning.
Okay, so this is beautiful. You went from single mom and you're married now? Okay,
Yes.
so tell us about that transition. Is there anything that you did differently besides the factors that you brought up? Because I definitely can relate. Is there anything that you feel you were doing that you changed and that helped you find your husband, or was it just divine?
I believe it's a combination. That it is divine that we were meant to be together because of what our story is. We're old elementary school classmates, reconnected through social media and friendship through that. But there were just certain things that I knew in my past relationship that I did not want to bring into this new relationship. So there were definitely some hard no's, like I'm not gonna put up with this, and then learning to pick, battles and not punish him for the relationship trauma that I was bringing in. You know, he wasn't the ex that hurt me and betrayed me. So I had to build trust with him first. That was the main thing.
Okay, y'all listening? Okay, so besides all of that, right? I feel like we're not dating on purpose. We say we want to date with a purpose, but that's not what we're actually doing. A lot of the things that we're doing is defeating our, supposed purpose of finding true love, getting married, what have you. Um, so and things are different now. Being single is not the same thing as it was back in the day. There's not as many stigmas associated with it. So we're also okay with it, right? And as a result, we're doing crazy, crazy things. You have, 50-year-old singles getting pregnant, and it's there. The Black family is, the integrity is not there anymore. So that's something that I would like to change. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to need help. I'm going to need your help, but this is a start. So I wanted to, what I did was recognize some things that I was doing personally. So this is all based on my experience and my girlfriends, because you get with your girlfriends and you talk, and you can see things in them that you don't really see in yourself. Well, I took a look at myself and I said, well, what am I doing? Because I'm wasting so much time and it's making me bitter. But I want to look at the bigger picture of what this causes. So admin, if you could bring up slide 1.
Shawnee, can I please get back co-host?
And I want you guys to tell me if you were aware of this. If you were aware, maybe you didn't know it was this bad. Let me know your feelings on this. Because again, I identify toxic cultural norms, and this is something that affects our culture. Okay. More than 50% of Black children live in single parent homes. Okay. Were you guys aware of that? The last actual statistic I saw was 64%. And that's major. You know, some people will say, well, I chose to be a single parent and I'm able to provide. Yes, but what is the majority? Because statistics show that children who are brought up in single parent homes, regardless of race, they suffer from poverty, they have more adverse events, they experience more trauma. So this is a toxic norm that I would really like to change. And just drop in the chat whether or not you were aware of this. So the change I would like to see is educating singles on ways to implement purposeful dating practices that will lead to lasting marriages. And hopefully we can bring these numbers down. And the single parents that exist are people who truly want to be single. I know a lot of single women who even end up adopting children. So that's always a wonderful thing. That is the exception, but I'm talking about, you know, the issue at hand. So again, being single doesn't hold the stigmas that it did in the past. And I feel like we're a little bit more selective and a lot less flexible when it comes to choosing a mate. And we also take no issue with throwing out the window what's not working. Divorce is high. But even though we're single, we're having lots and lots and lots of sex, and we're still making babies, regardless of marital status, which is why that statistic is what it is. I'm guilty. I'm a single mom. So another shocking statistic, even about married people, because sometimes you end up a single parent because of a failed marriage, right? In the United States, about 50% of married couples divorce. We have the 6th highest divorce rate in the world. Subsequent marriages have an even higher divorce rate. 60% of second marriages end in divorce, and 73%, sorry, I can't get my words together this morning. 73% of all third marriages end in divorce. Let me know if you guys knew that. So they always say 3 times the charm, right? Not in this case. Now, I've never been married, never been proposed to. I've never even been a bridesmaid, but I am a single mom and I really, really want to see these numbers change. So I hope that you guys will be willing to help me out. My next question for you all is, what is your purpose in dating? And have you ever thought about that? Like really, so if you were going on a business venture, you would put together a mission and vision statement, you would take it seriously because we're always serious about our coins, right? And we take life events for some reason less seriously. So have you ever thought about what your purpose is in dating? Okay, maybe you're out here just trying to get some. What is your purpose in dating? Drop that in the chat for me. And if anybody has a burning desire to be interactive with me this morning, come off of mute and tell me what your purpose is. Anybody.
Yes, hi, good morning. This is Teresa Scott.
Hi, Teresa.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with a woman at 50 having a baby if that's what she chooses and that's what she wants to do. I think that we have too many rules and regulations about age and what we should and what we shouldn't do. And at one time I wanted a baby at 50. I don't want one now. Sometimes I think about it because I had a baby at 16 and I did not have a love child, a child that was someone that I really was in love with. So and having a baby at 16, it just changed my whole dynamic about, like being a parent and stuff like that. So, but I think it's a beautiful thing if that's what a person wants to
Well,
do.
not to cut you off, Teresa, but remember what I said. I'm not talking about exceptions. Like I said, there's a lot of single women who even decide to adopt at any age. So it's not about the age so much. What I was saying, the reason why I brought up the age 50 is because there's a lot more 40 and up women who are finding themselves with unwanted pregnancies because of their dating habits. So thank you for bringing that up because, I want to be clear on that.
Okay.
You're absolutely right. So thank you. Are you dating? Are you trying to date? Can you give me a
Well, I
purpose?
have a person that I talk to, but I feel like he's not emotionally available when I want him because, I'm a people person, so I love people. So, and I'm considering is this, this is something that I need to continue on because of where I'm growing, spiritually and, as a woman and just wanting more. And I think sometimes well, I could say for myself and just women I've been around is that sometimes we stay with another person because we're comfortable, but is that really healthy for us when that maybe once that person leaves, the right person will show up, but I think because they might be in the way of blocking, what you have, you just settle as long as you got something, but I don't want to settle. So that's what I'm
Teresa,
saying to myself.
I want you to watch this playback and listen back to what you're saying. Okay, say it
Yes,
to
I am.
yourself. Okay, because this is what we're talking about. I want
Yes.
to ask you. Don't answer now because we are short on time. But I'm going to ask you. I want you to sit with this. If you sound like you know what you want, you sound like you know who you are. So why are you still there? And we're women of a certain age. We don't have too much time to waste. Okay, so on that note, I want to move on to the next slide. I want to share an affirmation with you guys. I want to know where you're at. And Teresa, because you shared, I want you to think about this, okay? Where are you? What are your blockages? What is stopping you? Think about a one word to describe that. Prioritize. I can't see my slide. Hold on. Okay. And I want you to say this affirmation and put the word at the end of that. So where I'm at right now, I'm not even online anymore. I'm just sick of dating. I'm sick of men. I'm just sick of it altogether. So I'm standing in indifference. Where are you standing? Where are you? So the affirmation for me would be, and I say indifference, but we all care. But that's my ego talking. That's what I make myself believe. That's what I tell myself every day. So the affirmation for me is I am joyously cultivating and standing in love instead of indifference. And when you stand in love and you look in the mirror, who do you have to love on first? Yourself, right? So look at this, drop your word in the chat. Tell me what your word is. I am joyously cultivating and standing in love instead of blank. Where are you? And take a screenshot of this and start to, because a lot of times we're not even right with ourselves, but we're trying to find the right one. That's also another issue and a topic for another day. Drop those words in the chat for me. Okay. Has everybody had a chance to take a screenshot? Because we're going to move along to the next slide. So again, I was out there. I signed up for, I've even had a paid subscription to a dating site. And it just was a horrible experience. I mean, I'll tell you about my worst. I think this one was the worst. I was the angriest dating experience. I had been talking to this guy for a while. It had almost been a month. He lived far, and we finally met in person. And it was like after talking to him for so long, because you be neglecting your daily activities because you on that phone, right? Feeling each other. After talking to him for so long, we finally met, and I felt real comfortable with him. The first thing was he catfished me. He was about 100 pounds heavier than his profile picture. He looked older. He catfished me, but I'm not really, I didn't appreciate that at all. But I liked him so much. I said, okay, we're going to go on this date. And I jumped in the car with him. Mistake number one. First date, doesn't matter how long online, you don't even know who you're talking to. Jumped in the car with him and we went out to dinner. And he took me to a, mid-grade as far as cash restaurant. And we had a good time. I mean, he outwardly, he didn't look like who he was, but he still, had the same personality. And he was joking with me about what we wanted to do next. Were we going to go to the movies or did we want to go to the hotel? I swear. And I'm like, ha, 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 because I'm thinking it's really funny. And as we're driving, I said, okay, well, what movie do you want to see? I promise you, y'all, he pulls into a motel. He pulls into a motel, and I'm still laughing when he gets out of the car. He goes, gets the key, he drives up to a room door, and I proceed. This is why some people call me crazy, because I go from here to here. I flip out. Look, sir, you are going to take me to my car. And a lot of people say I was wrong for that. I should have called the Uber or whatever, but you brought me here, you're gonna take me back to my car. So that was my absolute worst dating experience. And then there was a lot of other things that came up for me where I saw that I should not have even made it to the first date. So I put together the 7 pillars of purposeful dating as a guide for myself, so I can weed out and value my time more, because the more experiences you have on that, it's going to wear you down. So I don't want to have anybody going through what I'm going through. And before we proceed with the 7 pillars of purposeful dating, tell me in the chat, purposeful online dating. Sorry guys, I put up the wrong, but this is okay, because this is my personal, this is how it started off for me. Tell me in the chat if you are dating online. Just say, yes, I'm online, if you are currently dating online. And let's go through these pillars real quick. So I feel like there are 6 categories, life categories, that should be addressed for everybody, but these are my personal ones. You can tweak this however you want. And my first one is dating status, okay? And I kind of did it by priority. My first is dating status. I need to know, are you single? Yes, I'm single, but are you single? Yes, I'm single, okay? Are you recently divorced or recently out of a relationship? This is important to know, because sometimes they're just looking for a rebound. They're looking for something to make them feel better. So once you know that, I'm not saying end it, but start to look for red flags. It's complicated. I mess with her here and there. We broke up today, we're back together tomorrow. Or married. That's the number one for me. Are you married? Because online, there are a lot of married men and women playing around, okay? So you want to get those things out of the way. What is your intention? Do you want marriage? Are you on here just to hook up? Lifestyle questions. How many children do you have? Are you religious? What are your finances looking like? History. Do you have a criminal background? Logistics. Where do you live? Personal philosophy. Who are you? What is your level of integrity? So from these 6 pillars, you come up with questions to ask within the first 7 days. I say 7 days. It doesn't have to be 7 days, but you don't want to bombard somebody with all of these questions. You come up with questions based on these pillars, and you take this seriously. Sit with yourself. Not only come up with a question, but come up with a rationale. Why is this important to me? I'll give you one of mine. Children. My daughter is almost out the door. I hope she makes it. I hope I make it through this. I don't want to help anybody else raise their children. And that may sound selfish, but it's not selfish, because I know where I'm at, and I don't want to put another child through my parenting in the state that I'm in right now. I'm ready to live my life. I don't want anybody with small children. So I have a minimum age of 15. If your kids are younger than 15, I don't want to date you. And I'm firm on that, okay? So let's go to pillar 7, level of compromise. On a scale of 1 to 5, what is your flexibility level? 1 being the least flexible, 5 being the most flexible. So for children, I'm going to give myself a 2, because we're open a little bit. If you have a 15-year-old, maybe she's 14 and a half, okay? But I'm pretty firm on that. And that's how I base my questions, and I keep myself on track. And this, you have to take onus, okay? If you are talking to somebody, no matter how good it feels in that moment, how many times have we gone through that, and why do we still keep doing it? Oh, I really like him, so I just keep trying to fit a square peg into a circular hole, right? If you have deal breakers, be upfront. And if that person starts throwing up red flags, and now they're proven to line up with your deal breakers, cut it off. cut it off and your online experience will be much better. Somebody come off of mute. Let me hear what you guys are feeling about this. Do you think I'm off base? Is there something we can tweak? Let me know something.
I'll jump in, love. Yo, what you just said about the children, I'm like, I put in the chat, I'm like, I's tired. I ain't got no more in me. I'm not trying to be raising no little children, man. And I was involved with someone, on and off, and in the off time, they manifested a child with someone. In fact, they manifested a child with someone they didn't know at really well at all. And first I was like, oh, and I was like, hell no, I am not up for that. A little baby? Nah, I have my grandchildren, but I get to double dutch. I'm not trying to do that. And I don't think that's selfish at all. That is real. That's where I'm at. And also I have this thing about language for me. I'm not single. I have so many people in my life. I'm without a partner right now. I don't choose to marry again unless some miracle happens. That's not in my plan. However, I do want powerful, juicy, a reciprocal, awesome, loving relationship with, great sex. And, I want all of that, but I don't necessarily want to marry someone, and I'm not single. I'm practicing with all of you to manifest my mate.
Okay. Wonderful. So what do you think about the pillars? You think I'm onto something?
Oh, absolutely. Like that clarity is key. What I choose to pump my brakes on, Martine, is what you said earlier. It's like, I think Jacqueline said, her daughter interviews men like a boss. Being the way that I am, and most of y'all know me well, like my mantra is I expose myself to expand myself. So I go in and I'm like, dip, 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 sharing all of this stuff. And it can be overwhelming. I talk about my spiritual practice. I talk about my beliefs. I talk about, and sometimes men are like, whoa, like I can't live up to that. What the fuck are you talking about? Why are you sharing so emotionally? So I had to slow it down and just like pump the brakes so I'm not what I call flooding someone with all that energy at the top. But I can run down, I can interview somebody like that and get a lot of information, but also make the person feel like they've been inundated with questions and things like that. So I really think that's unfair. So I've stopped doing that.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the next slide, admin. All right. So I want you guys to get in on this. And if nobody volunteers, I'm going to start picking my friends. Thank you for your support, everybody who's on here. So friends, if you want to join in. I need 3 people to unmute and come in on this with me. Raise your hand if you're down for it.
I'm here. Hi, good morning.
Hello, who am I speaking to? I can't see all of my.
Althea.
Althea, can you use the raise hand because I think it'll bump you to the front of the line. There we go. Okay. Hi, Althea. Anybody else? All right, and also let's be mindful of time. It's 6:37. I don't know if anybody has to go. I hope you guys can stay. We started a little late this morning due to technical difficulties, but ride this out with me. We're almost done. All right, I'm gonna start picking. Okay, I see Sister Zariah on here. Raise your hand if you accept. I'm pulling your card.
It's Zaria.
Oh, Zaria. Is that sister?
No, Zariah is sister, and then Zaria. Did you want sister?
That's what I thought. Yeah, sister.
Okay, because there's a lot of times the names are mispronounced. So you want sister to respond. Okay.
And Kaisha has her hand up too. So if sister accepts, that's 3 participants.
Great. All right, sister, 5 seconds. Okay, calling out my friend, Rayal. Come on, help me out. Coach Candace, are you still in the space? You will be a good one.
Coach Candace is on Facebook.
She's actually on Facebook.
Oh, she's on Facebook. Okay, so we're just gonna roll with the 2. So Althea, Kaisha, am I saying that correctly?
Yes,
for
yes,
me.
you are. Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
All right, so based on what I showed you before, here are the seven pillars. If you're okay with the seven, I want you to choose one, choose a topic, and then come up with a question, a rationale for your question, and then your level of compromise. Althea, why don't you go first?
So I would go with personal philosophy.
Mhm.
And the question I would ask is, what is your viewpoint on co-parenting? I
Okay,
don't know if that would be too deep, but that's a question that I would like to ask.
absolutely not. We have to go deep. We have to go deep. Now, you may not want to ask that, on the first conversation, but
Okay.
definitely build up to that. That's important. So tell me about that. What's your rationale for asking that question?
So for me, dating it with intention means that I potentially would like to be with this person. And if it so happened that we do, things happen if I do become pregnant, is this person able to put aside whatever differences that may come up and still be able to step up as a parent? I think very often the child may get put in between emotional dispute that may be taking place between the adults and make things a bit more complex. And it doesn't, for me, it's more about, are you able to still fulfill the role of a parent, even if we do not survive the dating experience or the relationship experience?
Okay, very good. No, I'm sorry if I cut you off, but we're short on time. I love that. You are doing exactly what I want you to do. So tell me what an unfavorable response would be. What don't you want to hear this person say because it's just not going to jive with you?
I've heard this before. I just want to have a baby with you because you're beautiful.
Okay. What is your level of compromise with that? Scale of 1 to 5. 1 being you absolutely will not accept that. 5 being I'm flexible. Maybe we could work this out.
I'm at a 3 because beauty fades, and want to be able to know that you can communicate well at the end of the day and have some level of love and understanding.
Okay, I'm surprised you said a 3 because you sounded like you felt really strong about that. You sure it's a 3? Because that's midway.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to stick to that. This is the point that I'm trying to make. Because now, again, you said you're at a 3, but let's say you were at a 1, because I really thought you were going to say a 2 or 1. Whatever you identify, if the person presents as otherwise, you've got to let them go. This is what I'm saying, and prioritize your deal breakers. Okay, thank you so much, Althea. I appreciate you. Let's move on to Kaisha. Which one do you choose?
I was looking at logistics.
Okay, talk to me.
In the other slide, you said side of town or long distance. I didn't catch, but what I've discovered about myself in online dating is I like long distance within Texas. Um, I don't want to go from state. I've been asked to start relationships from state to state, and I just think that's just too far. That's too long. The money, the logistics of getting to that person. But within Texas, it's within driving distance. Um, and then we could talk on the phone and video chat. The reason why I like long distance because of how busy my daughter's schedule is during school, and I'm in college myself, and I work 40 hours, and I just got things to do, and I don't want to be up underneath someone. I don't have to be up underneath someone every day. I think that just has something to do with me living alone for a long time. like I just like
So is
it.
that to accommodate your needs right now? What about long term? I mean, especially because the distance could potentially now be a barrier. How do you feel about that?
So there's been conversations about, like you said, compromising to move in. Where would I like to live when my daughter's out of school? And that's in 6 years. I'm not saying that, but for now, that's my That's, but in the future, it just really depends on how strong our relationship is at that time.
Okay, so now you meet somebody from Louisiana who you really, really, really like. What's your level of compromise?
Yeah, my level of compromise.
Scale of 1 to 5.
Oh, I would say a 2. I
A
like the
2.
yeah, I like the conversation.
Okay, so unless, I don't know, maybe finances is your priority. Let's go with that. That's what we're going to right? Unless he's a millionaire. If he's from Louisiana, happy hunting. Goodbye.
Right,
Right?
right. But unless he's a millionaire, right? Unless he's a millionaire.
All right, those niggas in the house. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about. That's how you use the 7 pillars. How do y'all feel about this? Somebody come off of mute. Tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel. We're about to wrap up. Any men in the house? I see Adam. Who else, guys? Adam, are you our only? God. Okay, Shane. That name could go both ways. Shane, are you a gentleman by any chance?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Like I said, that could go anyway. Adam, what do you think about this? Because we have to think about the men too. If both parties are using tools and doing their best, magic can happen.
I mean, good morning, everybody. First
Good
and
morning.
foremost, I just want to say that in order for any relationship to succeed, I believe everyone should develop a life plan for themselves and make sure that the person that they're dealing with have a life plan, because it's not just about the pleasure in these types of relationships. It's about what goals do you have for yourself in terms of your financial. It could be your emotional, mental, physical, or what have you. And what do you value? Because I believe a lot of relationships fail is because a lot of us are moving too fast and we're just living for the moment instead of planning ahead. And a lot of a lot of people have children out of wedlock due to poor planning, and
Yes.
and I believe that's very disgraceful, because
Oh.
you brought up the fact that this country had the 6th highest divorce rate. And the question I ask myself is, why is that? Is it because they didn't have any plan in place, or they just got into marriage because of their own personal appetite, or they're just living for the moment?
Okay, sorry to cut you off, Adam. Let's talk about the word plan that you're using. How do you feel about the 7 pillars as the start to a plan? What's your opinion?
My opinion of it is that I believe everyone should really should really imply that into themselves, because I believe with those 7 pillars you're developing some kind of code of ethics for yourself.
Yes.
And,
Okay,
and
so
you're
you
and at least you're and by you putting these 7 pillars up, it gives both parties an opportunity to ask questions, some serious questions, before they trust them.
okay. Thank you so much, Adam. Yes, so
You're
we
welcome.
have Adam's blessing. Okay, so I hope you guys took a screenshot. I have a survey that I would like for you guys to go and fill out. I just dropped the link in the chat. It's a little bit intrusive. If you're not comfortable with it, boot it out. Some of the questions are required, and the fill-ins, if you're not comfortable, you could just put mind your business, okay? I'm not sensitive. There's a gift that I give in the end, so if you want that, please add your email address to I will invite you to singles events or whatever, depending on what your answers were, and I will not bombard your email. I promise. I'm very bad at that, as a matter of fact. So that you definitely don't have to worry about. So I said that I have an alternative to online dating, right? Because I cannot do it. I had to take a break Maybe I will go back to it, but for right now, I've cut off dating sites and I'm trying to do more things that I love. I'm trying to get out there more to meet people, the old way. And so I had this idea of meshing traditional values and ways of doing things in dating. Like Tiffany said, she met her husband through her network, right? So I wanted to tap into that, and I wanted to do something different. And I do an event every year for Valentine's Day for singles. And this is how it started. I started a Each One Bring One initiative. Now we have 36 participants on this Zoom. We're mostly women, right? We have Adam. We're dependent on Adam to bring another brother because we're always short on brothers, right? We're on this Zoom. Imagine if all of you brought one man to the Zoom right now and we sat here and we speed dated, right? Now, you don't want to just bring any man. You don't want to bring Ray who's drinking on the corner and doesn't have a job, all right? You want to bring somebody that you would date, but for whatever reason you can't. Maybe, you don't want to cross that line with the person. Maybe you're related to that person. Maybe you're in a business relationship with that person where it would be inappropriate, but you see them as a good catch, right? If you brought them into the Zoom space, that will raise the quality of the room in comparison to going to the bar or wherever else, or even online, because online you have to weed out so much. So I want to tap into our extended networks. So what I did was I created a virtual dating space, and I call it Hear Me Out. And what we do is we come together. Everybody is supposed to bring somebody. Not everybody does, but everybody is supposed to bring somebody. And we have conversation. We have conversations such as this. We talk about, the male perspective versus the female perspective, open, loving conversation. And then we speed date. Well, we haven't speed dated yet because we've never had, you have to take the initiative. You have to do some work. So the group that I have now is about 10 people on and off. And though we haven't speed dated, they be in that private chat, okay? And so a couple people have gone out on dates, and they found the experience to be better than dating online. Okay, so if we could go to the next slide, I would like to invite each and every one of you to the next one, which is being held on September 24th over Zoom. So take a screenshot of this. Oh, can you guys see the phone number? I can't see the phone number okay, there we go. Take a screenshot of this. You guys can invite whoever. You can invite girlfriends too, but let's try to get a balance in the room so we can actually speed date, because we can go into breakout rooms and speed date that way. And that should be fun because we all know how the breakout rooms never work. But we're gonna have a lot of fun. So again, it's called Hear Me Out. Friday, September 24th, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 Central Time, 5:30 Pacific. And the beauty about this is you can invite anyone from anywhere. I've invited my cousin from Canada to come to this. I'm glad to see her on here. I hope to see her at this event September 24th. So somebody come off of mute and let me know what you think about this idea. And please, guys, be filling out this survey if you can. Or copy and paste the link so you can fill it out later if you can't do so now. What do you guys think about this idea? Let me pick someone. Jennifer! Is that my Jennifer?
Yes, it's your Jennifer.
Hi! Oh, long time no speak. How are you, love?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. I'm good. So what do you think about the Zoom dating room?
I think it's brilliant. I think it's a lot more intimate than the informal online dating where there's so much that can, I don't know, where there's just, I just think that it allows for more real-time conversation and, people to just be very open and really be themselves, which I think is lacking in the online dating game.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, one more person before, were you done? Sorry. Were you gonna say something else, Jennifer?
I'm complete. That's good. Thank you.
Thank you. One more person, is this Siobhan? I'm gonna choose somebody I don't know. Siobhan, are you with us? Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Okay, Sister Candace, what do you think?
I think it's a great idea. I think that if you're being lucky enough to have your group of friends that are going to cultivate the best male partner they know or best partner they know, that it does help out the rest of the sisters. What a fabulous idea.
Okay, are you married, Candace?
I am married. Yes, I am.
Do you have any advice for us?
No advice.
Okay,
No
so
advice.
listen, even though you're married, you can take a screenshot and send an invite to your single friends.
That's exactly what I did. Thank you, sis, for sure.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Anytime.
All right, if everybody has filled out the survey, I'm complete. I thank you all for joining me this morning. This is an idea I've had in my head forever. I was slowly executing it with a small group of people, and it seems like I'm onto something. Please don't worry about age or anything like that, because once we know who's in the room, we can break out and have several sessions. That is a concern, because as of right now, the age in the space is from 31 to about 48. So we want to break off into different rooms based on age. All right, so I hope that you guys will join us, and thank you for attending my session. I love you all.
Martine, before you go, Stacy had her hand raised, and then after you answer her question, we can speak on your complimentary offer for the Zoom and Facebook participants.
Okay.
Hi, good morning, beautiful. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. This is just so funny listening to these conversations. So I think that's a great idea, like the Zoom room. And when people go to breakout rooms, like they if they're in the breakout room and they're by themselves, like I think that's a great way, because they're actually by themselves. What I thought of was also a disclaimer, like for whoever brings the person, make sure you have a disclaimer, because just because I bought you my Uncle Jesse, don't think that Uncle Jesse is not human. And Uncle Jesse end up, you like, damn, I thought Jesse was good. That was Stacy's cousin, and he done left me at, I don't know, so you want to make sure you just, and then everybody, I think the expectation is like, of course, the intention, set the intention of having these great, people there. But I just mean like down the line, because I remember seeing people always being like, oh, somebody hooked me up with such and such, that's her cousin, we don't speak no more, blah, blah, blah. So don't take it personal, like, out on the person, whoever brings the person, if they don't work out for anybody.
We talk about that. A lot of times we argue about whether there should be rules, and we have to let people be grown and have autonomy. But yeah, those are concerns, but that's the beauty of it. We really have open, honest, raw conversation in this space. So thank you for bringing that up.
That sounds fun.
Are you complete, sis?
Oh yes, I'm complete. Thank you.
Okay, beautiful. I want to address something that Jackie said. Jackie, I didn't say that the age limit is 48. I was just telling you what the space is right now, and I'm addressing, that sometimes, extended networks, we're going to have age groups from everywhere. But at that point, we'll be able to break out into, like, I don't know, maybe we'll do 31 to 38 and 39 to, something like that. So there's no age limit. Well, let me not say no age limit. we probably want to start. I mean, I would love to do something for even people in their 20s, but that would be a separate thing. So let's say 25 and up for now. Okay. Farah, did you have your hand up? I don't know if you were saying hi or if you had your hand up. Can you just come off of mute and let me know?
No, I was just saying hi.
Okay, so let's talk about my offer. Something you may want to, and I'm going to switch it up, admin, because I know I said, well, let's see if the person accepts first. So this is something that I host. I have a whole format to it. So my special offer for today is a complimentary Hear Me Out dating edition. So this will be your session. You would invite everybody. And that's going to be given to the 7th person on Zoom. Admin, if you could tell me who that is, and the most active participant on Facebook. And you have 7 days to reply and 30 days to schedule.
I'm counting down now. Martine, on Facebook, Denise says it was Stacy who was the most active.
Okay, Stacy, can you let us know if you accept?
Now, what, I'm sorry to make you repeat what you said. I was, I'm pulled up to the mechanic. What did you say? What is the offer?
Wait, Stacy, are you on Facebook? And
I was on the porch and I just kept typing away. That's why I came inside the living room. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can still, okay. So the offer is a complimentary session. So it'll be your own session as opposed to the invite that I just gave. So you will fill the Zoom room up with your people and their people's.
Oh, this is about for the dating.
Yes.
Okay, so even if I'm not participating, would I still be
in you can do it. Yes, absolutely. If you want to host that. If not, you can say no because maybe that's not within your lifestyle limits at this time.
Come on, Stacy.
Oh Lordy. So host the hey,
because it's an undertaking. You have to be passionate about. I don't know. I think
right. So I'm gonna pass, I think.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, Denise, you said we have another person?
That would be Jim.
Pam?
That would be Jim.
Jim. What say you, Jim?
She's on Facebook. I'll see if she accepts.
Okay, and if not, we can do something else because I want the people who want to do it. Maybe that's how we should have done it. So who's the 7th person on Zoom?
If I could get support from either Shawnee or Denise, my list is in alphabetical order that I'm looking at the participants in, so it's not in integrity. Shawnee or Denise, are you there? Can somebody see who's the 7th?
But you need him, the 7th person?
Yes, who's the 7th person after us? So after the 4 of us, who becomes the 7th person in the space?
I have Candace.
Candace Hurley?
Right.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, let's do, well, I don't want to speak for you, Candace. Tell me real quick whether or not you accept, because you might accept even though you're married.
And
Jim,
thank you, sweetheart. I will gift it to someone else. Thank you. As a matter of fact, if Sister Jennifer is interested, I would love to gift it to her.
Jennifer?
All right, I'll accept. Yeah, I'll accept.
This is why we single.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer. So there is one more. This is what we're gonna do because we're really over time now. The first person to email me, and my email address is coming up, that they want to host a session, I will reply and let you know, and you have 7 days to well, you replied, and you too, Jennifer, you have to email me within 7 days, and then you have 30 days to schedule. So let's move along. Here is my contact information, phone number. That's the same number that was on the flyer. I really, really would appreciate if you guys would RSVP. Actually, you can't get the link to the Zoom unless you RSVP. This is the Facebook for my Child Sexual Abuse Prevention Initiative. And my email, which is the most important here, is info.touchtherebellion@gmail.com. And just of note, because I forgot to say this in the session, the two definitely correlate because the kids from single parent households are at higher risk for child sexual abuse prevention. So you guys know that that is my baby, practicing prevention. So if we bring down the numbers on single parent households, we could potentially bring the numbers down on child sexual abuse. Okay, I'm complete. Tomorrow we have the wonderful John Carl Martin, who is often an admin on here. He's hosting a session entitled Energy Bending. So please join us tomorrow, September 2nd at 7 a.m. Join John Carl Martin tomorrow.
Thank you, Martine. I'm going to take over for now. So welcome to the Woo Nation, all new members, all newcomers. If you have joined us today for the first time, welcome to a community where we choose to come to learn, elevate, and ascend. So if this is your first time, please drop it in the chat, both if you're in Facebook or you're joining us here in live Zoom space. Let us know you're here so we can welcome you to the community. Wake Up Everybody's schedule is as following. We have live Zoom and Facebook workshops Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. On Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, we're in space from 7 to 8:30, and on Mondays and Wednesdays, we are in space from 7 to 7:30. If you would like notifications when it's time to join us in space, please text the word Woo Nation to 74121. Have you ordered your Woo swag yet? We still have face masks, t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, and the water bottle. So order your Woo swag by shopping us at bit.ly/Woo swag and get your Woo merch today. Thank you, everyone. Here's how you stay in touch with us. You can register at bit.ly/wake up movement. You can find us on Facebook at bit.ly/Woo community. On Instagram at Wake Up Everybody Virtual, on YouTube at bit.ly/Woo on YouTube. And last but certainly not least, you can always email us at info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. We're always looking for more facilitators to share their knowledge. We're looking for admins to continue to keep this program going. At this time, I ask everyone to come off of mute. It's time to rain love and abundance on Martine for her session today on purposeful online dating. Thank you, Martine. It's been great being here with you this morning. Come on, everybody, come off of mute. Show Martine your love.
Thank you, Martine.
Thank you, Martine.
Thank you for bringing this
Thank you
awareness
so
on
much.
relationship
Beautiful
Got me
job.
laughing
work
this
that you're
morning.
doing.
Thank you.
Awesome job.
And your energy.
Awesome job, sister.
Yes,
Awesome.
love shower. Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Love
Yeah, let's
everybody.
move forward,
I
everybody. Stay powerful.
Keep that smile.
think there's something
The
that
chat has been
I'm
hilarious.
not doing, and
Green energy.
work on me, loving on me.
I
Thank
can't
you,
wait
Queen
to read the
Martine.
chat.
Thank you. Thank
Peace and
you.
blessings. I love
Oh, I
y'all.
Have a
love
blessed
y'all.
day,
Thank
and
Thank you
let's
for
move
you.
being a
forward.
ball of joy, beauty, and light. Love and laughter. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank y'all. I love
Keep
y'all.
smiling. Have a great night.
you.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Bye.
Have a good day, everybody.
You too. God bless.
There's my boy.
Bye.
Come here.